Good morning, New York. Just checked out of the Pod Hotel, which is down here. It was absolutely awesome. And we're off to Penn Station this morning to get the train up to Mystic, Connecticut. Ah, my kind of breakfast. 2 eggs on a roll, $1.50. So here we are at Penn Station, the universally acclaimed toll of New York City. Let's take a look. So we've got just under an hour until today's trip up to Connecticut.
That's fucking $12 for y'all motherfuckers. Somebody.
The low ceilings here really make the place feel oppressive, but lots of characters. That's for sure. There's a train to Canada leaving soon, and I'm seeing so many Tim Hortons cups. These Canadians, they must seek out Timmy's wherever they go. My train is the 170 Northeast Regional to Boston, which I'll be taking as far as Mystic. Just waiting for the platform to be announced. The platform wasn't actually announced until the very last moment, so I just stood in this random queue. I trusted some local knowledge, and of course they were right. So here we are on board. Now I have to say I'm very impressed with the economy seat. I actually did pass through business class as well, and the seat didn't look too different. The only thing is, in economy it was a busy train, so there wasn't much chance to get up and walk around. Just be aware, even though it's called an economy reserved seat, this doesn't mean you have a specific seat. You still just choose whichever one you want. Also be aware, at some stations the train is longer than the platform, hence this ticket above my seat. If, like me, you're heading north out of New York, I would recommend sitting on the left hand side of the train for the best views of Manhattan with Queens in the foreground. Look at those big chunky economy seats with plenty legroom and good recline. The view out the window on the route north out of New York was interesting without being overly scenic. So once you're clear of New York, I'd probably recommend jumping over to a seat on the right hand side if there's one available. That'll give you more coastal views, although I did sit on that side on the way back. I recognised this seafood restaurant as we arrived into New London, but unfortunately it's only open in the summer, and this meant I only had about 15 minutes until arrival into Mystic. Oh, it was a nice comfortable journey up the coast of Connecticut. My only regret was that the train was quite busy, so I wasn't able to show you around the rest of the train. I'll do that on the return journey though, and that's coming up in about 30 seconds. Right, thank you. What a beautiful small town Mystic is though, and its neighbours Stonington and Noank are just as pretty. I'll be posting a separate video of the Mystic area very soon. If you haven't already done so, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. A very quick 3 days later, and here I was heading back to Mystic Station for the return to New York. There's a beautiful little cafe at the station at Mystic. This isn't run by Amtrak, but it sure is a perfect place to wait for your train. There's some nice memorabilia on display, and I'll let the breakfast roll speak for itself. And here's my train arriving for the trip back down south, right on time. Look how high these carriages sit off the tracks, it's really cool. This return trip was a lot quieter, so there was more chance for me to have a good look around the train. Now here's a question for you. The Muddy Waters Cafe in New London is owned by the family of a very famous YouTuber. Can you name who it is? Pop your answer in the comments below. Sitting on the left for the return journey gave me all those coastal views that I'd missed on the way up. I found Amtrak's free onboard Wi-Fi pretty good. I mean, it wasn't the fastest, but it was enough to check a few emails and keep an eye on where we were. I didn't end up using the catering car, but I'll post the menu at the end of this video. Typical onboard prices, I would say. Nice clean onboard toilets, and no, I didn't catch anything. This is just a side effect of Jolly Ranchers. Here is probably my favourite feature of American trains. Head down to the very back of the train and chances are you'll find a window like this. I'm such a geek, I know, but I could just stand here for hours and watch the world flash by. The journey was coming to an end and it was time to head back to my seat and take in the view of New York from the other side. Coming into New York from this side, you'll get a nice view over LaGuardia Airport, although my camera wasn't good enough to capture much here. So there we are, arriving back in New York and the end of my first ever Amtrak adventure, and it was straight back off to the subway and JFK from here. Thanks very much for watching today folks, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my other videos. Have a great day and see you soon. Oh, and here's that menu I promised you.